major decisions. And also there are a lot of small decisions that we don't make, that they tax our minds, they drain our energy, they create a lot of anxiety and nervousness and mental torment because we don't take care of it. We decide not to decide, which is a decision. Deciding to decide, to act, is a major, major challenge for all of us.
You've never done something before. You expect yourself to be awesome at it. You haven't done the work. You haven't put in the time. You haven't put in the study hours. You haven't had the experience, but you expect to be good. And because you expect to be good, but you know you're not going to be good, you don't do anything.
See, there's a book being written about your life. Someone somewhere is taking inventory of your life. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10. You write your own book. And at any moment in your life, you can decide that you want to make this the new chapter. Literally, in your life, you can turn the page. And those previous chapters are your old book. It's like Old Testament, New Testament. Old story, new story. They're connected, they're related, but you can flip the page and you can have a whole new story. If you decide right now, I am literally turning, my breakthrough is I turn the page, and in this second, I start to write the best chapters of my life.
When you decide to act, when you decide to take life on, let me warn you, it can be painful, it will be uncomfortable, and that's where the growth is. When you're uncomfortable, when you're stretching out, when you're taking life by the collar, you're going to get thrown to the ground again and again and again. But when you have determination and you know that what you're doing is right, it gives you your life, it gives a special meaning and power to you. You will have some power from on high. You will discover some things about yourself that will begin to electrify your personality. You'll begin to discover some things about you that you don't know you've got.
The future rewards those who press on. With patient and firm determination, I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to complain. I'm going to press on. Take off your bedroom slippers. Put on your marching shoes. Shake it off. Stop complaining. Stop grumbling. Stop crying. We are going to press on. We've got work to do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll dive into the presentation. Career, I will talk of progression first. We'll start with the planning. So where the planning begins, I think. So first, I'll look at the overview, what we'll talk about today. We are talking about career planning. Then I'll take you through how to get promoted. First and foremost, I'll just share with you that I was informed, or rather briefed, that I need to talk about these 5 areas, and there were no negotiations. I think that's good enough. It means then Parklands SDA youth do not require me in the next few months to come. So I was requested to just cover everything, and yes, there we are. Career planning steps. What do we need to do? Where does it start? First and foremost, you need to do self-exploration. You need to get to know yourself for you to plan. This one I'm speaking to the majority of us who are still in the job market, who are still searching. I understand we are mixed in this particular room or church, so it means then we are discussing. The rest who are already there, please feel free to just take notes also for your friends or your colleagues maybe. And even ourselves, you've just watched the video. You keep evolving. You can't be the same person in the same place. So you might even think of doing what? Planning for your career in the next stage of life. So first and foremost, you need to get to know yourself. How do you get to know yourself? And we need to participate because some of us here will walk with some goodies. I have chocolates and I have notebooks. So when your neighbor will be carrying at least 3 packets of chocolates and 6 booklets, please do not look at them with the eyes that you all know about. So let's all participate. It's not training. To me, it's more of a workshop. Let's engage. Am I audible enough? Thank you. So first and foremost, we need to get to know ourselves. What are my personalities? What do I stand for in terms of my values, my interests, my vision? Then I'm able to know what I need to go for. Then we go to career research. You need to do career research. You need to research more on that particular career that you want to follow, you want to pursue, because you cannot pursue something that you've not researched on. The last thing you want is to join maybe procurement, to pursue the procurement line, only to realize that that is not where you belong. So I'm just giving examples. If you're here and I keep mentioning your career line, please, no offense, bear with me. So do research, and how do you get to do the research? Talk to the people who are already in that particular industry or line. Check the website. If it's KMTC, if it's TTC, whatever it is, if it is Beacon marketing and all that, get to do a lot of research in that particular career. The last thing you want is to get surprises once you're already in it. And I see this a lot. Oh, good. Career exploration and experimentation. Again, very, very key. How do you go about this? You can do this by even joining that particular workforce, or rather that particular industry, volunteering. You can go there maybe just to do part-times. And when you're doing that, you're not going there to be paid. You are looking at what? At how that particular person or those people, how do they conduct themselves? If you come to the HR department just to learn, that's it. So it's totally different from what? From internship. I'll take you through the internship, the difference. So this one, you are doing the exploration, you are looking at, you are experimenting. Mostly is just to spend time. I hope it's clear, just to spend time with that particular industry or profession that you're looking at. So if it's in your case, I don't know what line, is it accounting? Do you have the aptitude, the ability? With the maths, some of us maths and is like, mafuta na maji. Or I'm alone? Okay, I'm alone, good. Decision making and career selection. Again, this is another important part, because then you need to decide. Once you've done the experimentation, we've said you need to spend time with that particular industry to get to understand what they do, how they feel, how it is, and then you make up your mind. Now you move to the decision making and career selection. At that point you say, you know what, I think this is where I belong, or no, I need to make a U-turn, and you move on. Final, planning, and taking action. You need to take action. How do you take action? I don't want to dwell on this. My colleague Emmanuel will expound on that, on how you can take action, how you finally select where you belong and what you should do. Job search and acceptance. Again, this is just part of the career planning, whereby you're saying now you need to move to the next stage. Self-exploration is the next stage. And assessment. We've talked about exploring the career itself. What about yourself? Very important. I need to run my values. I need to do, what do I believe in? What do I stand for? If I want to become a pilot, do I enjoy being away from my family for 2 weeks? I'm airborne. Can you stand that? What do you value most? Family, money, all those kind of things will come in handy. What about your integrity? What are values? Any values? Anything in mind? Values? Yes. Honesty and? Honesty. Excellent. Honesty. Anybody else? Values? Any value that you know about? Chocolate for her. And please clap for her. She's tried. And honesty is very, very key. If you don't have it, Emmanuel will tell you, you will not survive. They'll kick you out, especially in banking space. It is, yes, thank you. Anybody else? Values? Yes. The gentleman, ladies first. Lady, then the gentleman. Yes. Integrity, awesome. Thank you. The guy in white, then the lady at the band. Yes. Oh, you wanted to say the same? Transparency, awesome. Thank you. Resilience, excellent. Anybody else? Yes. Sorry? Commitment, yes, it is a virtue, it is a value, because if you're not committed, what will happen? You will never deliver. These are the people, they tell you Monday, you call them on Monday, they tell you Friday, and the list continues. So the three of you plus him, chocolates, please. Can you pick as we move on very, very fast? So we move to the next one. So you need to run your values and match those values with this particular profession that you want to pursue. Is it clear? You need to run your values. They should be aligned to the values. Thank you so much. Just go with them because of time. Thank you so much. You need to run them and make sure that they align together with the values of that profession. Procurement officers, do you have them here? Many? One. Excellent. Good. Keep up the good job. I know he's doing a good job to represent the SDA Church. Trust me, if again, you know your values might be a bit from time to time questioned or rather conflicted, then you need to make that firm decision on your career choice. Another one is personality evaluation. Who is Lillian? Who is, I don't know your names, but yes, volunteer, your name? Trumps. Oh, I had Trump, okay. Charles. We'll rather be called Barack Obama, but not Trump. Huh? You see the power of a name? Huh? There's a lot in a name. Charles. So you need to understand who is Charles to Charles himself. Then you'll make the right career choice. If Charles is a quiet, composed, calm person, will he excel in marketing space? He won't. He'll be so out of place, because what happens is we'll always be, where would he belong to? Very calm. Where? Personality-wise. He's not a sanguine. You know the sanguines? Like myself? Okay. Sorry, accounting? Anything else? Programming, IT, excellent. I agree. That is how we do our personality evaluations. There are so many tests, there are so many systems that can allow you, tools rather, that can allow you to get to know yourself better. Even without the tools, we know ourselves, isn't it? So personality comes in handy when you're choosing that career. Another one is the aptitude evaluations. Aptitude. Do you have the innate ability? You know that inborn thing? Like me and mother? No, I don't want. We are? And there's nothing wrong with that. We are all gifted differently. So once you know your innate ability, what will happen? And capacity, or that acquired ability. Some people would acquire abilities all the way. And that's why you'll see some flourishing in some departments, some will not, because of maybe mismatch here and there. Ensure that your aptitude evaluation is again correctly done. This one, you don't have to believe in yourself again if you doubt yourself. Some of us, we are very, very quick to know ourselves, but there are tools that are readily available. You can just do the what do you call them? The test, then you get to understand yourself where you belong. Charles, I owe you a chocolate. Oh, notebooks, they're not, okay. So I think I need some help with the notebooks as well. So you might end up with a notebook and a chocolate at the same time. Let's participate. Next one. Once you've done that, all that, you now know where you belong, where I'll hand you over to Emmanuel on what to do next. So we'll move to career exploration. Just to understand how you need to explore that career. We've talked about how you do the research, how you evaluate yourself, your personalities, your interests, your aptitude evaluations and all that. Now we are moving to career exploration and experimentation. How do you get to do that? Again, you'll run the value evaluations. I don't want to focus on that. I've already talked about that. Job shadowing. Job shadowing. Very, very key. Job shadowing is whereby you will go to that particular organization, learn on the job. You're not doing the job, you're just doing what? Learning. Slightly different from internship, because what happens is you're just learning. Internship, you end up even doing what? Volunteering. Very, very key. Again, do I need to emphasize on that? We all know. Excellent. Internship, We all know about internship. You need to get that is the only way you can explore that particular career space. Because then you will learn in the process and make up your mind. Is this where I belong? Do I want to do this for the rest of my life until maybe my retirement age, 8 to 5, 7 days a week? No, not 7 days, 5 days a week. Then again, you can make up your mind. So again, what you value, what you stand for comes in handy. That's why you need to pair up with your own values. But we're all different, no offense at all. We choose what we think can work for us and why. And again, one value could be maybe the only one that sticks you. The rest, it's a very thin line. As long as you know, you do the alignment and to what is really carrying the day in terms of ticking those boxes. How many boxes are you ticking when it comes to a particular profession? Next one is part-time work. I don't need to dwell on that. You can just find a particular, maybe an industry, a company, volunteer to be there maybe for part-time, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours a day. You don't have to be paid. If I were you, I'm looking at just learning and nothing to do with monetary gains. Find a mentor. How many of us have a mentor? Anyone? Oh, you have one. Please clap for her. She's tried. That is, you are in the right step, young lady, and well done. Here. You need a mentor. A mentor is a person who will have your, welcome, will have your back. This is a person who will walk with you the journey. They know when you are veering off. They know when you are exactly on the track. So you need a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, ladies and gentlemen, please find one. And a mentor here is somebody who is having the same interest as yours, isn't it? You cannot be looking at a career in, which one? Give me an example. Music. The artists. Huh? Good. And then your mentor is? Hey, Bana. The mentor is Lillian. That is a serious misalignment. But again, ladies and gentlemen, there is the social mentor and the other mentor, professional mentor. So no worries, I can always be the artist one on the offside. Okay, so I think, oh, sorry about that. I should have talked about take on professional courses. You need to take a professional course. Like which one? Excellent. Good. So not academic courses. You also need to do what? To specialize. So you can take the professional courses, the ones you've mentioned. I'm not going to dwell on them. Okay? Good. Because that one gives you more expertise, you are more skilled, you are more knowledgeable. You start creating a career path for yourself. Don't go for an interview and then you are saying, I have BBA, I have an MBA, and then PhD. Where will you fit in? My colleague Emmanuel will tell you, because I think that one there'll be a gap. Even for him, he'll not know where to place you. So you need to do what? To identify those professional courses. Once you are done with your career search, you're done with your own self-exploration, you've now identified where you belong, then take up that last step, the 10 steps that are there. I think I'll slow down on that. We are done with career planning. Is there any questions up to there? Because now I want to move to the workplace. For some of us who are already employed, and even the ones who are joining employment very, very soon. So if there are any questions, maybe I can take them at the end. That's fine. Excellent. So let's move. How do we get promoted? We already done with the career planning. I'm already at the workplace. Have you ever seen those people keep whining from January to December? Huh? Until you know their employers more than you even know them. When you make a call, first is about the employer. What the employer is not doing, what the employer, and it's just to do with promotions most of the time, isn't it? But they fail to understand what are they not doing correctly. So I say, first and foremost, maybe I'll just appreciate the fact that you are here learning the steps or what you should do, what you should put in place for you to move along your career line or in terms of climbing up the ladder. Avoid office politics. Avoid office politics. Get to know the groupings, the people that you're with, who are they in your circles. They normally say you are an average of how many people? Awesome. I'm not going to dwell on that. You know the answer. So check around your circles. Who do you hang around with most of your time? Are they adding value or volume? Ask your neighbor. Are your friends adding volume to you or value? You know, those people just add volumes to your phone book. Lakini hakuna value. Value zero. So check on that. So ladies and gentlemen, own projects from start to the end. You know that ownership. Because when you do your work with that ownership, at ownership level, then it means you are ripe for promotion, you are ready for promotion. Keep learning. Continuous improvement is very, very key. Don't have this arrival syndrome. You know the arrival syndrome? Tumefika. Please kill it. That one will finish you before you start complaining and whining from January to December. Keep learning, continuous improvement. Make sure you are always keeping abreast with what is happening in your industry, with what is happening with your profession, because things keep changing. The HR of 2000 and the HR of maybe 2012 are now totally different ball games, okay? Good. Procurement, the same. I love those guys. You are there, yeah? Even your space, it's changing. So you keep advancing in terms of learning. Maintain accounting. I think also accounting has really evolved. True or false? Maintain a positive attitude. With a negativity, with toxicity, that one, you know, the toxic spirit in you, you will never advance. Therefore, you need to do what? To keep a positive spirit or maintain a positive attitude throughout. Make your boss obsolete. Make your boss obsolete. Please don't let them go home. I think don't think in that direction, not like that. You still need them. How you're making them obsolete is by being as good as them. So that he can stop worrying of what is taking place at the workplace. I normally say my CEO's headache, you know those things that keep them awake at night? Why? She's a lady. She needs to sleep peacefully because she knows there's somebody out there. Exactly. So make her obsolete. You're not making her obsolete to go. You're making her obsolete because you are an expert and you are always on point. Then you'll never have issues of, I'm stagnant. You know, this is the 12th year. You know everybody else. They've already, they know who is who, which most of the time it's a big lie in most cases in an ideal situation. Summarize your work visually. We are in the era of simplicity. Show us the numbers. Show us the graphs, the pictorials. Don't come with these long presentations with so wordy. You know, it's like you've plucked a whole, is it Word? The Word document. Those are the things. So show us the numbers, show the management, prove to them that you are that. You can actually narrow to what you're talking about. So visually, the graphs, the pictorials, name it. In terms of numbers, showcase your work. Showcase your work without many, many words. Amplify other teams' performance. Collaboration is very key. It's a very key skill that we need to develop. Don't be a lone ranger. Don't be in your own corner. Work with the rest. Amplify your teammate performance, because then you are showcasing your what? Your leadership skills. You are able to be identified as somebody who's contributing to the team. Show pride in your work. Take it personally. Take it personally. Own it. Show pride in your work. It pays. Do not be the one who is saying, it is 8, I need to report. It is 5, I need to go home. Go an extra mile. That extra mile makes the difference in most of the time. It is not about you, I have the papers, I come on time. Go an extra mile. Your papers will never make a difference when it comes to promotion. Yes, it's a plus. Please don't misquote me. It is a plus. But you need to have what you're talking about, all these steps, put them in place. Then they will add value, or they will add up to your papers. The papers alone will never make a difference. Ask for feedback. Ask for feedback. Where do you get the feedback from? From who? Colleagues? The boss? The one in yellow, the lady in yellow, come. So this time round, she's getting a notebook and another chocolate on top. So if she's gonna collect 6 of them, well done. Please don't roll your eyes on her. She deserves it. Okay? Ask for feedback from your boss from time to time. Don't assume that my work is so perfect, I don't need to check on anything. You know the way we rate ourselves, most of the time? I feel like I'm so A+. Hakuna mwingine who can do HR like me. It's a lie. Check with your boss. Are you aligned with him or her? Are you on the same page? The moment you do that, you'll get feedback that you need to improve on or work on, or maybe you are okay and you're moving in the right direction. Don't let your ego get into your way. Most of the time why we don't ask for feedback is it's just the ego, isn't it? Why do I need feedback? After all, I look okay. And I'm so learned. I've achieved all this. It doesn't stop like that, ladies and gentlemen. We need to be proactive. We need to be humble. We need to find out, how am I doing this quarter, this year? What do I need to work on? Especially in the month of January is the best time to make those conversations. Don't wait for your boss to invite you. Invite yourself. Just ask for some 5 minutes. It makes a whole difference. Okay, so we'll move to this one. I'll move very, very fast. Because again, if I don't mention about them, then I'll not be doing justice to you, the skills that will make you flourish in any setup. 1, humility. Humility, humility, humility. When you're humble, what happens? You're easy. Exactly. Your interpersonal skills will be, Njoroge should get a chocolate. No, this is bribery. This is bribery, and I should not allow. Only the cameraman. Anyway. Njoroge amejitetea sana, please give him. So, ladies and gentlemen, humility is very, very key. You need to have that particular, it's a skill, it's a virtue, it's a value, name it. Oh, there was some corruption going on here. Another one, confidence. If you're not confident enough, if you're having the self-doubts, the fears, what will happen? Will anybody trust you? Are you ready for promotion? Remain being there as an officer, tuko tu sawa. And you become a very good doer for some of us. Killer paperwork. And they're very efficient, by the way. Some of them will not want. Guys, you don't want to find yourself in that corner. Be confident. If their presentation, you are the first person to just say, I can present on your behalf. If whatever it is, be confident about yourself. Most of the time, it's just the fears, the self-doubt. I hope I'm not rushing too much. I think because of time. Most of the time is a little fears that we tell our minds. Did you watch the video? Just believe in yourself. It's that simple. Another one is communication. How do we communicate with the rest, our peers, our bosses? How are you communicating? For those of us who are already in the employment, so that is very key. Some of us who are joining the employment, communication is key, isn't it? How do you write your emails? Are you the ones who are writing in bold capital letters, alafu munaweka red? Because now you are so annoyed, you're passing a message. Trust me, don't pull that, guys. Normally what it does, you're already spotted. You're problematic, isn't it? So that one, again, I struggle with that. Resilience, very, very key. Do you have the grit to push on? Have you seen these people who are always job hopping? Until you're almost asking them, is it you with the problem or the jobs? Squeeze uko wapi? The first question, you're almost asking them that. You need to have resilience, guys. Most of the time, workplaces are almost the same. Try to have that resilience, that grit, that perseverance. You might have, what is grit? Grit? Awesome. Apewe mbili. Uyo anapata book and a chocolate together. Ladies and gentlemen, she's just talked about it. What happens is, thank you, you might be having the passion, but when you are lacking that perseverance she's talking about, your greatness will never show, because you have the passion for that thing. Yes, you love your job, but you're not resilient. You are those people, any little thing, those small thing. Hey, the manager is, hey, she doesn't even say hi to me nowadays. Me, I'm done with her. You're off. You're forgetting the manager is still on payroll, isn't it? And she's flying. She's climbing the ladder. You will keep her. Then you go to the next one. What happens? Hi, me, I can't put up with that. That is lack of resilience, the grit that you're talking about. Now, actually, grit now is even deeper than the resilience, the perseverance that comes with your passion. Another one is authenticity. You need to be authentic. Not today you are, this tomorrow. Be somebody who is dependable. When you're not authentic, can we depend on you? No, we don't know your moods. Today you are sulking, tomorrow you are a different person. The authenticity is a very key skill, irrespective of your level. Don't say that authenticity is just for managers and the leaders and the bosses and the directors, not at all. Agility and adaptability, very key skill, especially in this era of IT. Right, bound things. Agility is key. You need to be somebody who is flexible, somebody who is willing to move from one department to the other, somebody who is able to deliver within, even beyond the timelines. That is agility. How do you make sure you're flexible? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. You should not be one person who is, this is how it works. It's been working like this for the past 10 years that I joined this organization. Things can change, and especially right now in this space of COVID, not post. We are still COVID. We have to be agile. Commercial awareness, very, very key. What is commercial awareness? Commercial awareness? Have you heard of business acumen? So those two, more or less the same thing. You need to know your industry inside out. You need to know your organization inside out. If it's banking, don't just say, me, I'm in procurement or HR, so what they do in operations, no? Then you're not ready for promotion. Have that ability for commercial awareness. Teamwork and collaboration, I think that one, I've talked about it. You need to be a team player. Analytic skills, you need to be one person who is able to analyze data, the information, and not just analyzing. Analyze and do what? And solve problems, isn't it? So analytical skills about analyzing and interpreting and then coming up with solutions. Excellent. Last one, digital skills. Why do we need digital skills right now? Analogs out completely, isn't it? This is the new era, guys. Things are being done on apps. Until I don't know there's app this, app that. I have to catch up. You have to catch up. Oh, sorry. Not. I expect you to be even much better, for you to flourish in your workplace. Okay? Digital skills, very, very, very important. Right now, we cannot afford to continue in the old ways of doing things. Again, almost as we finalize, an area that I was asked to talk about. Are we okay up to there? How to get promoted, the skills that can make us flourish at the workplace? Good. Getting back on track after making a mistake. As a young person, you've just joined the organization, mishaps will be there. Have been there myself. And they'll continue happening. Not because now as you go up the ladder, they don't happen. They will still happen. At times, there's a report that is supposed to be going to the board at a particular date, but something happened along the way. That is a big mishap, but how do you move on? How do you ensure that you're back on track? So as a young person, as a young employee, you've joined the organization, that has happened. One, don't take it personally. And how do you do that? When you take it personally, what happens? You have an attitude. Another one? It affects what you do. I like that. It affects what you do because now your focus is on the mistake and the whole mess that has happened. If only maybe you move on, you'll be more focused. So one is you have an attitude towards the people who are, what is happening to you and the people who are pointing fingers at you or the issue that is being addressed. And the most part of it is normally it derails our focus. It just blinds you. That is the only thing you can think about. Actually, some people even take sick off. Ama leave. Things ifanya nini? To cool off, huh? Then you wonder, what are these things that are cooling off? Face them. And then move on. So ladies and gentlemen, number one, don't take it personally. You are not, okay. Let me say this. You are not the first one to make a mistake. Always remember that. No matter how big that mistake is, that gives you the push to do what? To continue moving on. You're not going to be the last one. Okay? So number two is acknowledge your mistake and do what? Huh? Okay, my eyes. And apologize. Okay? So once you acknowledge, you apologize. And don't apologize if you think, if you think, if I made you, okay, are we talking? Or it's lunchtime? Oh, not lunchtime, not yet. So you still have some energy. Those ifs, don't try that to workplaces. Honestly, it's not the fairest responses. You are not genuine. You are just saying it for the sake. And that leader knows what you're doing, but because they're like Lillian, they let you move on. Isn't it? But they know deep down you are not. So where does that place you? I've moved on, but where does it place you? In my books. Exactly. That's the reality. Because I don't have the energy to do what? We are not going to go anywhere with that. So, but already you've messed up somewhere a little bit. So ladies and gentlemen, ifs, just stop them. Just be sincere with your apology. I can see I dropped the ball over here. It happened, never happen again. Simple as that. I take full accountability to rectify that. It's as simple as that. And then you move on. Again, ego, what we talked about, is what stops us from doing that most of the time, unfortunately. Number three is own it. This is not the time to say, it was maybe Zipporah, and then she gave me, and then I forgot the whole story. Do you really need to hear that if you're a leader? Just own the mistake and move on. I had another head of department who will actually now, you'll throw your team under the bus, like literally. So you even say, Bodenye for sure, this one I didn't see, this one was done by team member so-and-so. What have you done to that team member? Have you not thrown them under the bus? Exactly. So own it at your level, own the mistake, move on. Number four, work on your, somebody can read for me? Exactly. The last thing you want is to repeat the mistake, isn't it? So make sure you are working on it, and it will never happen again. Look for quick wins. You know the quick wins? I've made a mistake with the board report. You've made a mistake with your report. Maybe you are supposed to send some minutes on a particular date. You've not sent. You've forgotten to make that important call to a client. You know those high net worths? Those ones, if they come to your workplace, if it's manufacturing, you're almost all standing. It's a reality. We have them. Everywhere they're there. And without them, salary is just gone like that. So ladies and gentlemen, look for those quick wins. So what are the examples of quick wins? Mm-hmm. Yes. Exactly. I love that. It's as simple as that. Just do something magical. Just say, you know what, this time around, instead of waiting for 15th of every month for me to send the reports, how about releasing it on a 8th? It says a quick win is what she's talked about. Because you're going to wow everybody on the other end. They didn't expect that. They're waiting for you to make another big mistake on the 15th. But now you are bringing it forward, okay? So quick wins, whatever it is, even just coming as early. Maybe you used to come at 8. How about just showing up at 7:30? Okay, I'm not trying to say you eat on your time, but how about that? It sounds nice, isn't it? We'll be showing some remorsefulness. So little things that I cannot even teach you guys, but you know them better, so that you go back to where you were before. Okay? Lastly, this is our last slide, I believe, ethics and values. I told Joroge, how about parking these for next time? No, you have to mention about these ethics. Do you have ethics issues? Huh? Many, a lot, everywhere. Parklands, youth, SDAs. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, we need to be ethical. That is the only way we can survive in our career. And if you look at everybody who's gone or risen up the ladder, they have done what? Isn't it? Ethics come in under your values. Because without ethics, you cannot go far. You will always be, you've seen that, you've watched them on the TV, yeah? Are they happy, those people? Do they look happy with all those billions? They are not. So why do you want to be there? So first and foremost, ethics is just, I'll just say there, standards of how you are supposed to, what is expected of you if it's in your career. Procurement, again, what are the laws and policies that actually governs that particular profession? Adhere to that. The ethical perspective of that particular profession. If it's HR, I've heard people are taking, bribes to get jobs or, to hire people. Does it make sense? It's very unethical. Can you go far with that kind of behavior or attitude? You won't. What will happen? It will catch up with you at some point. You might flourish, but it catches up with you, and you don't want to be there. Values are, So about values, what are values? I think we talked about them, integrity, honesty, and all that. So basically, just the moral side of you. What, the acceptable, the bare minimum. The bare minimums in terms of your self-belief. So I think that makes the end of our presentation, and I leave you with this quote. Please be attentive. Not a quote, my apologies for that. I will leave you with this verse. And the verse is from Proverbs 22, chapter 22, verse 1. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than... Okay. Are we doubting the scriptures? Exactly.